This is super typical Mexico. Just roll with it. Hey everyone, and welcome aboard. We are Captain Pat, Alexa, and this bird watcher is Gilligan the Fat Boat Cat. We live aboard our 57-foot Nordhavn Noeta in Mexico, and this week we're prepping our boat for a 2-week voyage from the Sea of Cortez to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Can we get it all done? All right, part of getting ready. Where'd you go?
I'm right here. Hi.
Hey! Part of getting ready to go is we're gonna have to put some fuel on. We haven't put fuel on for like
Since we left the cruise.
almost 7 months ago, and we've done all this cruising. So, but it's about time to head south in a couple of weeks. So we came over to check on the fuel prices. Ouch.
Yeah, you know, we got all the, we're not going to get political, but you
No,
have
no.
all that stuff going on, which has driven up the prices.
Right.
Fuel in Mexico has never been cheap like everybody thinks, but
Yeah.
this
So
is up.
diesel is 28.5 pesos per liter. So I'll do the math and throw that on the screen. But in addition, there's this little stinker thing. So 4 pesos per liter dockage fee. It's kind of common in Mexico to have some sort of dockage or service. So again, I'll put what that equals in.
Well, yeah, they typically, they have to buy the fuel at market.
From the fuel
Yeah, they
companies.
don't get wholesale pricing, is my understanding. So they have to, I mean,
Add on. They got to make their money.
They got to make some money. But
I get that. Oh, look, they're posted over here too. I was looking for a sign. And then if you do an exchange rate, if you pay in dollars, you're going to get a pretty low exchange rate. The exchange rate right now is probably closer to 17. So we'll be paying in pesos. But all right, that's what we're going to pay. So we're going to come over here in a couple of weeks. And yeah, actually, yeah, probably 2 weeks. Or if we'll check the prices at La Paz too, and maybe La Paz, which is a few hours south, has better prices because we're thinking, I don't know, we got to do the math. A few hundred gallons.
Probably 150 a side, 200 a side, so,
Right, so
300 to 400 gallons. That way we just have fuel going into the summer.
Yeah, we don't need to totally fill the tanks, not at these prices.
Yeah, yeah. So.
All right, part of boating.
So. We're going to top off the hydraulic reservoir. It just gets down over time from use and just normal use.
Is it something you can see? How did you know we needed...
Come on back, check it out.
Okay.
Here's the reservoir. I just put a little tape on there, a little notch there. That gives a little room for expansion. You can see the full mark. I leave it just a hair below, so it seems to be happy there. I'm going to undo that cap. I'm going to use this pump that is dedicated. It's a hand pump dedicated to hydraulics, and we're going to put the hydraulic fluid in the reservoir. So I did a little arrow so I know which way the fluid flows. It's kind of important to know. It's also self-correcting.
How much do you think you need to put in?
Enough.
Until it says you're done?
Yeah, I'll go to that little tape mark I have on there. Okay, I just put the cap on. It's stabilized. It's maybe just a little above my tape mark. That's it. Pretty easy. Definitely wear gloves for this stuff. Hydraulic fluid. I don't know about this, but on the airplane, it's highly toxic, and you don't want it on you at all. It's because it'll like, you get enough of it, it'll kill you. So always wear gloves when you're doing hydraulics.
Okay.
Really any fluid, but definitely this stuff. So yeah, we're done. All right, so last time we were out, the dinghy battery, it barely cranked the outboard. We've just put the dinghy in the water to use it, and the battery is dead. So,
all right, we are at AutoZone in Laredo. We're gonna go in and see if they've got our batteries, or the battery that we need for the dinghy. So let's check it out.
what'd you do, Lex?
Well, we just went into AutoZone and got ourselves a battery. It's not what you wanted, though.
No, our the dinghy battery, the outboard, has an electric start. It's very bougie, but it literally, like, 1 week it was fine, the next week it was zero, it was dead. So we ended up having to do this barbaric thing where you pull start the outboard.
Oh, I know. He had his guns out, you guys.
Sun's out, guns out. So stopped by AutoZone. Of course, they don't carry the battery we had. It was an AGM, which I tend to think's a little overkill for an outboard, but yeah, that's what it had.
Okay.
But they did not have a gel cell, which is what I preferred. So we had to go wet cell. You know, the downside of like the wet cell, if it tips on its side, all the acid could leak out. So it's just got to be a little more careful with it.
But up here on the Baja, you get what you get, and that's what we get. So that's what we got.
Get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. Or is that right?
Okay, we're gonna go find some tacos.
We're gonna celebrate. Ta-da! New battery for the outboard. It's not exactly what we wanted, but it'll work. It will work. It will do. It will do.
It has different connectors. So you had to get some hardware.
And of course, you need another tool to open this.
Would you like me to go get some scissors?
Yeah.
You know how houses have junk drawers? Guess what? We do too. Because everybody needs a junk drawer. It did have directions on it in Spanish. It said to apply to both the terminal and the cable once they were clean. And they're already clean because it's new.
That's just an insulator.
Oh.
Or it keeps it from corroding.
Okay.
The thinners are slick.
I bet. All buckled in. We can what?
Turns it over. Where's the solar panel?
It's right here. What's that for, babe?
This is a trickle charge solar panel. Found that over time, this is just sitting here, especially over the summer, you don't use it nearly as much.
That's lost in thought again. It does what?
The battery will go dead.
Okay. So when it's time to provision on the boat, one of the other things I do is go through the cupboards and the fridge and the freezer, get rid of any food we aren't eating or that's gotten expired or gone bad. And one that I didn't expect today, in the flour and sugar, I try to keep them in these plastic things with rubber seals, as much for humidity, but also to keep those stupid weevils out. And guess what? I got boll weevils in here. Gross, those little black things that get in here. I'm hoping they haven't been in here very long. So I'm gonna have to dump this, clean it out. Fortunately, I've got a fresh new flour, but even when I dump it in, I do need to check it. Sometimes when you get things off the shelves, there may be something in here already that will then join this very clean plastic. Super annoying. Anyway, part of why I provision and part of why I clean things out while getting ready to go. It's a good opportunity, right? Stupid bugs. Right, Gilligan? Fortunately, the rice, pasta, sugar, they all look okay. I don't see any black things crawling around, so I think we're fine. I'm pausing this time lapse because I just discovered There's access back here to the muffler, which goes up through here. Like pretty good access. We didn't know before, but this whole panel comes off. So we have access if we need it. All right, perks of cleaning house. All right, it's time to put all this back in here. It's a good thing I did this because there were a few things that needed to go away. For example, this science experiment. They make tortillas really fresh here, and honestly, I bought these 2 weeks ago. That's like hazmat. That has to get off the boat like now. Go away. A couple other things, like this kind of stuff, if you start seeing your pasta get like that. Oh look, there's a freaking bug right there. Yeah, obviously he's going away, but I didn't even need to open it to know that. Gross. That pasta was getting a little bit flaky, kind of powdery in the box. And if you start seeing that powdery, it's probably time to go. And then I found this, I'm not sure from how long ago. It has holes all over it. So there's clearly things inside. So I have obviously taken everything off, and I am giving it a good scrub with vinegar and water, cleaning the tops of cans. I'm getting rid of anything that might be suspect. And honestly, if it's got bugs in there, it's been in there for quite a while. But most everything was fine. That was about it for my surprises. So, time to put all this back together. Couple of tips while storing things on your boat. This is literally just the pantry. In this, there's a muffler behind it, so I can't put anything in here that might melt or that shouldn't be getting a little bit warm, because this does occasionally get warm on this boat. But I do try to keep things in their own separate plastic containers. Therefore, if there is a bug breakout, hopefully it won't get into the next one. And also, if there's a leak or something gets broken, it's contained to just that one thing. And there are some really great kind of storage solution kind of things these days. Obviously, you need to find what works for your boat, but you can take a look at all sorts of places for really great storing things. And apparently, I thought they were never going to sell canned corn again because I had 6 cans of it. Not sure what I'm doing with that much corn, but anyway, that area's clean. Still need to do the fridge and the freezer and all that, but one thing done for this morning. In addition to fueling up the boat, we need to make sure we have gasoline for the dinghy. So I'm gonna go get some more gas in this. Yes, I know it's yellow. It's the only one we could buy down here, and honestly, yellow generally is for diesel, and I need just gasoline. We do have tape on it that says gasoline, and honestly, down here they'll put gasoline in anything. If you tell them to put gasoline in a peanut butter jar, they'll put it in your peanut butter jar. So they won't look at me funny when I say I'd like gasoline in this. They assume I know what I'm doing or I'll screw it up. And it's my own fault. Anyway, I'm gonna get the leftover gas out of here into the dinghy. All right, so today is an interesting one. I am actually in Bellingham, Washington. Shocked, for those of you who know Bellingham, I'm at LFS, so I am at the boat part store, picking up some hardware and some hose and a few other things, but Pat is home on the boat alone, unsupervised today, which rarely happens because I'm almost always on the boat. I'm unsupervised a lot, but he is not, so I'm not entirely certain that he's eating 3 square meals a day. But of course, they needed us to move the boat today. Pat had to go pick up some things from shippers in town today, so he had actually a lot to do. I'm sure he does, and so I'm sure he's gonna do fine, but we're just out of our element. I'm off in the States, and he's on the boat trying to get things done. So, but fortunately, there's lots of people around to help him out. I have total faith that he can move this boat by himself, and yeah, so switching roles today.
All right, view, but I don't want to be here during a northern because you're just totally exposed right here. And then the wind will just come right this way. But look at that thing's beautiful. Down here, all the sport fishers and the big boats. So, all right, driving into town. Gonna meet our shipper, pick up all the paint, epoxy bottom, some through holes and all that gear for the haul out coming up in June. Figure it's we like the idea of just having it here. We can get the paint significantly cheaper through connections at the fisheries up in Seattle. Even with buying it, shipping it down here, we're well money ahead versus buying the paint down here. So shipped it here to Loretto, where I'm gonna go pick it up, and then we'll put it on the boat, and then that way we have it when we haul out, and we're just ready to go, and then we're ready to go. And I'm gonna go get some tacos. All right, I got the paint and a bunch of other stuff. I'm gonna go find tacos. Probably some of the best tacos in Loretto, El General. I get the shrimp tacos. Sorry, traffic, trying to drive. Just don't be in a hurry in Mexico and you'll be all right. Tacos. All right, got my tacos. Heading back to the car. I'm gonna head back to the boat. Got to unload the car, but I'll wait and do that this evening when it's cooler. Alexa has a good key, so I have just the janky old key. Let's you look at our haul here. Bunch of paint, through hole stuff. This is hose for the new air conditioning. Through hole we're gonna run, and yeah, it's amazing how much all that cost. All right, it's like Christmas. We're gonna put look at doing some underwater lights on the stern. Got those. Here's I'm gonna replace the 2-inch through holes, and we're gonna use these. You can open them up, clamshells open, good water ingestion, and then this sits back in here if you do it correctly, and then that back part opens up and you can clean out the through hole. That's the idea. I got new valves, got new flip switches for the windlass system, because those eventually do fail, and it's never opportune. New ball valves for the through holes. That's about it. Now I got a bunch of paint also. 1-inch through hole. Put this one on. I think I also have a smaller 1-inch one similar to these already. So happy day for Noeta.
So Pat gets home today. We've got a few last minute things we need to do before we can leave. So I think we'll leave the day after tomorrow and head for across the sea and down to Puerto Vallarta area. But today I'm gonna go check out with the port captain. I'm gonna go do some provisioning and then pick up Pat from the airport so that we can get this show on the road. All right, heading into the port captain. It's that red roof thing there behind me, which is in downtown, in the heart of Loretto. Super cute. Anyway, I bring all my stuff. It was pretty easy when we checked in, so they really didn't want to see anything, but just in case, if you're in Mexico, when you go check in and check out at ports, always take your tip, your Coast Guard documentation, ID. I bring all sorts of stuff because they all want something a little different. So definitely bring with me the paper that I used to check in. That's a mandatory, it seems, at everyone so far. They might not be open. All right, let's see. Well, this is super Mexico for you. This is why I'm glad I started 2 days ahead. Just chatted with the lady today. They closed early, not for any real reason. It is Cinco de Mayo, but that's actually not a holiday down here unless you're in Puebla, Mexico. They just had some other things they were doing today. So tomorrow morning, she said they open at 8:30. So I'll be back tomorrow. And then they close at 2:30. It's 1 o'clock right now. Normally, she said they would have been open, but this is super typical Mexico. Just roll with it. All right, Pat is just dropping me.
Double park, New York style.
Yeah, because you can. We're the port captain again. And guess what? They're open. All right, let's go check out. All right, driving through Laredo now. Got checked out. So this one is pretty easy. There's a form. You don't have to show any paperwork. You do need to know your Coast Guard registration number and all that. But, and I don't know if this is new for Mexico. We'll find out when we get to La Cruz. You get a paper when you first enter Mexico. For us, it was at Ensenada. For many people, it is. And it has a number on it. We've never needed it before Laredo, but Laredo's now asked for me both when I checked in and checked out. They needed that special number. It's like on a letter. I'll put it up on the screen so you guys can see it. But this has never been asked at any port captain. I did hear that more port captains are asking for this letter that proves when you arrived in Mexico. Maybe it's a way they're trying to track people overstaying their tip or something maybe. La Cruz has never asked for it, so when we get there in a few weeks, if they ask for it, then I can guarantee people, just hold on to any paper anybody gives you when you check in and out. We have kept every single paper from every port in the last 8 years that we've been down here, just in case. You never know. So anyway, that was check-in. We're gonna go take care of a few other little things and then go find ourselves a taco. Yeah?
And a new place.
A new taco place. All right, guys, we are on the docks here in Laredo. This is Brad. Brad has a great story. He's on a Nordhavn 55, but we didn't know that. We just met him and we started talking.
And it turns out we'd met him before.
We've met him before. So, Brad, what's your boat name?
So we're on motor vessel 5537 Gray Pearl.
And how many years ago do you think it was? We have met, we just realized.
13
years ago?
13 years ago. We've had the boat for over 13
Okay,
years.
so 13 years ago, we're all in Seattle. We're just walking the docks. We had our little boat there, and this Nordhavn pulls in. It was the first one. Well, I had seen him a few before, but Pat's always wanted a Nordhavn, and he's like, let's go catch their lines. Brad didn't need help catching his lines at all. He was doing just fine, but we just realized we caught his lines because you gave us a great tradition. You want to tell us what it is?
Well, so I think that my wife Tracy came up with this.
Okay.
I'm not sure what it was, but for superstition purposes, when you go out and you drop the hook and you anchor somewhere, then you have to take an anchor shot. It's a celebration of a journey that could have been 2 hours or 9 days, right? So
Or from over there to here.
Exactly,
Doesn't matter.
whatever it is. So if you're going to drop the anchor for good luck, then we have a little, it's whatever you'll come up with. So there'll be a tradition that here's for the anchor staying where it's laying. Take a shot, whatever it is, right? And so it seems to be associated with good luck for us because when we forget to take our anchor shot, then we'll drag or something happens.
Juju happens.
We don't want
So
bad juju.
You have to do it. The thing that's tough about anchor shots, as you guys probably know, is after you've been running all night for day after day and you throw the anchor at like 7 in the morning.
You gotta do it.
Gotta do
You're
it.
like, oh, God.
You gotta do it.
Sometimes it's a tiny one, but so we grabbed his lines. He invited us on board to do this shot.
He's like, you gotta come on board and do a shot. And we're like,
because it's
what?
good luck, and we're like, oh, twist my arm. So this was my very first Nordhavn I ever got on, was Gray Pearl 55. He's had this boat forever, and we still tell this story. So some of you that follow us know that we'll do a shot when we anchor or when we tie up, or do two if
it goes shitty.
If it goes shitty. And so more often than not, it's just one shot, which is great. But I love this chance encounter because you guys aren't even on a boat here right now.
No, we're down here racing a trophy truck in the Nora 1000.
Yeah.
And so we blew the motor up yesterday, so we're walking the docks and then looking at all the wonderful boats down in Laredo and then see you guys. And then it's just what a chance encounter.
This is boating, and it's also the Nordhavn world community. It's kind of how it works. So we're super happy to meet you, and we are thankful for our tradition. And we'd like to pass that on to all of you guys now, too.
Anchor shots from Gray
Anchor
Pearl.
shots.
Woo!
All right, guys, all that's left is to fuel up and cast off the lines. Be sure to follow our journey south and help out our algorithm by throwing us a like, hype, and be sure to subscribe. Cheers.